why a lot of Jimmy John's
Well,
business? Is
so
that just
on
like
long
business
days
lunches?
of work, it's just usually what, like, I'll get that for dinner and then I'll get back to work and stuff like that. So it's just like stuff like that. Get it right after the shoot, then eat it, back to
Is it
administrative.
healthy?
It depends what you get, but what I get, no. And mostly no.
Why not transition to some healthier foods?
I've done that many times.
Yeah.
I'm a yo-yoer. I'm a yo-yo. And I've yoed all the way back up. So,
But we could yo back down.
we can.
Yeah.
Well, but unfortunately, with my
Yeah.
yo experience, then I'd yo up. So actually, recently,
Yeah.
that's last month's statement. Recently, I have been a little better.
Okay.
But of course, we all know that doesn't count. That doesn't count for people on my show either. If you're just doing a little better recently, you know, you're getting in recent habits. It's like, all right. But historically, I've demonstrated that no, I eat poorly. Does it take up a big percentage of the budget? Not even close. But that doesn't matter. It's health-wise.
Yeah. I think
So
you
I've been
would
trying.
you would really benefit from Factor,
Yes.
Cook Unity, one of those meal delivery services. Sign up for that. You'll pay a little bit more. Actually, you know what? You're probably going to pay about the same price per meal as you're spending eating out, but you'll know exactly what the calories are. It'll be really fresh food. I would do that.
I've done Factor, and they've been a sponsor twice
Factor's
on this
been
channel.
fantastic.
No, they've been really good. And then all of a sudden, I forget to like continue it or whatever. Like I enjoy it, then I forget to continue it, then I get my Jimmy John's, and it's just like, all right. Well.
I think you're at a point right now where you got everything dialed in. Now you could start focusing your time on health.
Yeah.
And I think eating better, I think going to the gym, these things you'll perform better and you're going to make more money. Like you have to think what the ROI is of you being in shape at like the best physical condition that you could be in. How much more money do you think you'd be able to make from that?
Plus, there's no point in making a lot of money if I'm going to die at a heart attack at 60.
Exactly. And I will say objectively, I have more energy when I go to the gym. I sleep better. I feel better. I'm more productive and I'm able to think sharper. If I take like a few weeks off, you feel like this fatigue that kind of comes over you, a little bit lazier. And if you slack on that, you tend to slack in other areas. So if you can get yourself to the gym every day, eat healthy every day, you're going to find that other things also tend to fall in place. I would try that because you're at a point where you could easily afford it. It's not going to cost you anything.
Yeah.
And I think the time commitment, given that you're thinking about doing franchises, all this other stuff, you could just as easily spend 30 minutes a day either walking in, get a treadmill, doing some weights, just light stuff.
It's my addiction for sure.
Yeah.
If I have an addiction, it's the fat, greasy sweets. You know, anything in those categories. It's just once I get in those modes and then I just continue down it. And it's just like, I just like gore. Like I'll like eat a little breakfast, then I'll eat nothing all day and then I'll just gorge in it in a single meal. It's really bad.
Yeah.
So I'll probably title this episode Fat Refuses to Stop Eating Out.
Gets financially destroyed.
Yeah.
More fast food than anyone should ever have.
That's true.
I'm the same way. I like to have one big meal, like ideally, if I could not eat the entire day, and then have one like all you could eat thing.
Intermediate fast. Is that?
I try to skip breakfast, have a small snack for lunch, and then not eat until dinner. And then I like a big dinner.
Yeah.
But if you overeat in that dinner, it kind of makes everything else, worthless. So
like me shoving a bunch of burgers down your throat immediately when you show up.
See, but it makes me feel lethargic.
burgers,
Like
though.
I was really nervous about eating before doing this because I'm not going to have as much energy.
I
Like
made you a double shot, so
yeah, but even if it affects me 5%, how better could this have episode been if I were 5% better, just being a little bit more perky? And that's the way I think of it. And what's that 5% worth? $100, $200, and then all of a sudden, is that meal worth $200? Probably not. For waiting a little bit. So I see things in terms of dollars like that.